Thought while I was here I'd get in a spot of exercise because I'm at Ian and Louise Duckett's gym and they've written to Jan. Their letter reads, "Dear Jan, we have an adorable Staffordshire Bull Terrier called Meg, who is 4 years old. We own a gym and fitness centre in Morley where Meg has spent nearly every day since she was 8 weeks old. She gets constant attention, not to mention plenty of treats. But since the arrival of our daughter nearly a year ago, she's become more difficult. She sulks unbelievably, sitting with her ears back, shaking like a battered dog if something doesn't suit her. She bites at her front legs until they're sore to gain our attention, or chases her tail until you stop her. She really is a lovely dog, but she just doesn't seem happy at the moment. What can we do? Any suggestions?" Louise, what's the worst thing that Meg really does?
The sulking.
And did this really start after your little girl Molly was born?
Yes, more so. She's been more difficult with me since Molly's been born, because obviously I don't have as much time and attention. I used to walk her a lot, and she was quite obedient for me. She would do as she was told, but now it's so difficult.
Why did you feel you needed Jan's help?
I feel that she's not as herself. I don't think she's been as happy since Molly's come along. Even though I still give her as much attention, she's still my girl. You know, I still take her out, I still look after her. A lot of the members look after her as well. You know, she's very spoiled, I would say, but the sulking and the chewing of her feet.
I mean, does she chew them till they're sore?
Yeah. The underneath side of her paws, sometimes she'll take all the fur off completely, just make really sore patches. And it just seems like an irritated, and there's absolutely nothing medically wrong with her. And she just does it, as I say, as a habit. And we often find, you know, if people are sort of making a fuss on Molly, she does it all the more.
What do you hope Jan will do for Meg?
I hope she'll seem more settled. I think it's that she seems unsettled. As I say, I think she thinks she's got her nose pushed out. I know dogs sort of have this pack thing and they like to think they're the leader of the pack. And I think now she thinks she's at the bottom of the pile. So I hope that Jan can sort of make her a bit happy, really.
Now, with this little girl, I've got a feeling I know exactly what's wrong. For most dogs, they get information wrong from a few people. For this little lady, there's dozens getting it wrong. So let's go cure her. Hi. Hi.
Hello, I've not met you.
No, Ian, nice to meet you, Jan. And this is our problem, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Norm. People come in, she goes straight to them, jumps up for affection, and they look down and they say, "Hello, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Good to see you."
Yeah, well, you've just missed a good case there, really, with somebody bringing her in a milky bar. You know, people come and give her treats and the rest of it. I always say she's not really my dog, she's everybody's dog. You know, she has so many friends.
I'm glad you said that. Now, you're seeing it that way on. What I see is a little dog that hasn't just got a family to look after, she's got loads of people to look after.
Yes.
I must say, she's a lovely Staffie.
Yeah.
This is a breed that gets such a bad press, and so wrongly, because in the main they are one of the nicest breeds you could ever wish for. So, what we need to do is change the way everybody treats her when they come in. Because you see, what's going to happen here is the dog will take on the responsibility for everybody it believes it must. Now, this makes her a very powerful dog. Trouble is, she's a powerful dog with no control over her subordinates. Can you imagine a situation where you're in charge, nobody knows what they like? I mean, it's like with her, she's in charge at home as far as she's concerned. She's in charge here. But nobody ever listens to her. You go out. Did she give you permission? No.
No wonder she sulks.
Well, of course she does. You know, I mean, in they come, out they go, with neither so much of a by your leave. What a dog would like is, when the leader is to have all their charges together. She's responsible for them all. And she's got a patrol in here. I mean, they come to work out, and she's got to check they're doing it all right.
Oh, she does, yeah, she does.
Of course.
She does the rounds on an evening, yeah.
But if they come in that door, and the first thing they do is pay her homage, "Yes, Your Majesty, before we come in the gym," never mind you. You're just,
they do, yeah.
You're just part of the furniture. They come in and they pay her respect. That's where, sadly, she gets the wrong information. For most dogs, you see, that's just one or two people in the household. It could be 5 or 6. But here, she's got hundreds. The dog should be beneath everybody, so her attitude can be that. Not a care in the world, instead of everybody being her responsibility. Yeah? So see somebody coming, she's got to go through the ritual. She must put them in her place. Now, if that lady's ignored her, brilliantly, both ignored her. You see, she stood there, she's come back, that's fine. That was how it should be done. That was perfect. Now, she's come to you, you're going to speak to me, she's come to me. Nobody looks at her. It sounds cruel, it isn't. Take the job off her.
It's not sort of how we've looked at it before, really. So we've always thought of her, included her as part of the family. Wherever we've gone, she's always been sort of part of the family. And you sort of think that they understand what we're trying to do.
It's always the way. If you understand what they're doing, what they're thinking, it's easier to do something about it. And believe me, it took them many years to teach me.
Right.
It took them a lot of years to teach me what they were, you know, to make me listen to them.
You tend to think as well with Staffordshires, a lot of people say as well, oh, you just can't train them, they're just stupid. You know what I mean? They're stupid, but that, it's probably back that they're very intelligent, they know their own mind in a lot of ways, and so they don't want to do what you want them to do necessarily.
You've actually said it, you've given them the job of leader, and then you, a mere subordinate, come on the scene and say, do what I say. Her answer is, on your bike.
Another thing she does, not only to myself but to you know, some of the members, is if I went out the door at the bottom there, for instance, and came back in, she'd just bound up to me, grab hold of my trainers, and no matter what I do, I can't get her off.
Well, you know, you've dared to go out of the premises without her permission, and you've got to be shown that was naughty.
Right.
You see, remember, she's got to look after you. Don't underestimate these sulks. They're not sulks, they're time-outs. If you're taken on board so much, when she takes herself off, it's because she can take no more. And, you know, we all have time-outs when you think, you know, you're worried about something. Can you imagine doing your best, teaching somebody how to use this machinery who doesn't speak a word of English? You'd be struggling. And especially if they weren't listening to you and went about, and you would say, no, don't do that, please don't do that, oh, you don't understand me. In the end, you say, oh, I give up, and you'd walk away. But she can't give up because you're her babies. She's trying to walk away from the situation, but she can't, because you're her pack, and she's got to look after you. So no matter how confusing her babies are, or her charges are, or how stressful her life is, she's going to keep on doing it. She's going to keep on doing her best. And not being understood. What we want now for her is gentle information. So at home, starts with you. When you come in, ignore her, give her that peace. Good practice at home. Then when you come here, get all your clients to do the same. So what we need is a big notice on that door. You know, everybody who loves Meg, please ignore her. And then as it progresses on, she will give up the job. She'll see she hasn't got to worry about these people, and she'll be as relaxed as Molly. All right. That relaxed.